The complete guide to performing the Voyage of Despair Easter egg solo in Black Ops 4 without using any mega elixirs. This Easter egg is very similar to Blood of the Dead in that it has a reputation of being very difficult, especially when playing solo, but all you need is a little prep and a whole lot of information. Let's get started. In terms of loadout, Strife and Spitfire like always, and if you have any attachments, go ahead and throw them on the Hellion Salvo. For my run, I had no attachments because I simply never used the weapon before. For Specialist Weapon, I recommend the Scepter of Ra if playing solo, the melee spam early, and the Bubble Shield late are invaluable. Take the Wraithfire equipment like always. For perks, I recommend the following. Time Slip will help recharge equipment faster and speed up rolling for the Hellion Salvo at the end of the game. Winter's Wail is a great safety perk and is useful during slow Easter egg steps. PhD Slider protects you from your own explosive damage, and Death Perception in the modifier slot increases damage to boss weak points. For elixirs, bring ABH to save on time, Temporal Gift for double points drops, and Equipment and Aftertaste for the boss fight. Here we go. At the start of the game, claim the Danu perk Loose Change, and farm the first 2 rounds here in the forecastle using melees. As round 3 starts, go ahead and use Temporal Gift. Farm all of round 3, and then round 4 until the last few zombies are alive. Cull the horde down to its last, then it's time to open up the map. Buy the right side door to the staterooms, and find the shield handle. It's either in the laundry room, in a room near the SOG wall by, or in a room near the MOG 12 wall by. At the end of the hall, buy the door to Millionaire Suites, running through to the grand staircase. Go up a level and buy into the dining hall. Claim the raw loose change, then continue to the galley. The distillation kit line arm is here, either in the right half on a shelf, or in the left half on a counter. Buy the white door to get to the promenade starboard deck, and continue through the next door to get to the aft decks. Run onto the poop deck, climbing the stairs to interact with and release the Sentinel Artifact. Go ahead and flip the round to 5. After the Sentinel Artifact transforms, the Pack-a-Punch slabs will be revealed. Interact with the first of 4 at the poop deck. Farm round 5 here. You can use 1 shot plus the stiletto knife to get your kills, then hold the last in the round. Start by going down to the 3rd class berths and locating the shield board. It's either across from the stairs, at the end of the hall in provisions, or across from the ICR, also in provisions. Buy into the engine room, going down the stairs and buying down to the water. Turn around to swim to the turbine room, activating a 2nd Pack-a-Punch slab. Cross to the boiler room on the other side, draining the water via the wheel on the right and taking the fast travel out. This will place you at Lower Grand, go down to interact with a 3rd Pack-a-Punch slab, then climb all the way to the top to buy the Spitfire. Climb back down to the dining hall level and take the drop-down exit to the staterooms, returning to the forecastle. Drop down the hole to the mail rooms, buying into the cargo hold. The distillation kit coils are here, either in the center of the cargo hold or along the right near the water wheel. Drain the water, swim to the back to activate the final Pack-a-Punch slab, then flip the round to 6. Next is the clock step. Farm round 6 here in the mail rooms until you are holding the last. We need to check for 4 symbols across 6 locations, keeping track of what each location's clock reads. Start with the mail room. In my run, there is no symbol. If here, the symbol would be under the stairs, and the clock to reference it is at the cargo hold entrance. When you find a pairing, pause your game and write down the symbol, followed by the time. In this clip, my symbol is a downwards triangle with a slash, so down slash, and my clock reads 250. Thus my hint would be DS 250. Location 2 is the bridge. Clear the debris to buy your way up, then check for a symbol at the captain's desk. If it's there, check the clock behind the wheel. In this case, my symbol is up, and the clock reads 520, so my hint is U520. The shield visor is here somewhere, either outside the bridge, at a catwalk further back, or on a handrail close to Upper Grand. Buy into Upper Grand and check the far door for a symbol. If it's there, check the main clock for the time. In my case, /1110. Go down and buy into First Class Lounge. The distillation kit pot is here, either on the table to the right as you enter, or on a different table on the left side of this room. Continue through and check this window for your symbol. Claim the Zeus loose change, then check the clock above the fireplace for your time. This makes my hint down 9:45. Run back to the grand staircase, go down a floor to the dining hall, and run to the galley. Check this cupboard for the symbol. If it were there, get the time from this clock nearby. In this clip, the hint is DS 1155. As you hit the poop deck, go ahead and build the shield at the workbench. The final clock location is at the bottom of the stairs in 3rd class. My symbol was /, and from the clock on the opposite wall, my time is 11:05. Thus my hint is DS 11:05. With your 4 clock hints, make your way to the now drained engine room. In the center are 4 levers, 2 of them interactable. You must set the bottom left lever to the hour hand of the up symbol, and the top right lever to the hour hand of the down symbol. My up symbol read 5:20, so I set bottom left to 5 o'clock. My down symbol read 9:45, so I set my top right to 9 o'clock. On your way out, claim the Odin loose change, turn around, then climb the left side stairs to another workbench, building the distillation kit. We'll come back to this later. The next set of levers is on the poop deck at the Sentinel Artifact. The left is the up/hour, and the right is the down/hour. Check your hints. In my case, they were both 11. Set them, then head to the bridge. I used ABH to speed this up. Not a bad teleport for me. At the bridge, there are 4 levers at the front, each with a symbol on it. Check the symbol, then check your hints for the corresponding minutes value. My first lever is up/, so the wheel should read 11:10. Note the hour hand indicating 11 already due to the lever setting we did on the other side of the boat. Move the minutes lever to the correct value, then it's on to the rest. Down is 9:45, down/ is 11:05, and up is 5:20. On success, the symbols will disappear and you'll hear a brief chant. Next is the outlet step. First, we will source all of the outlets so we know what we're playing with. Like with the clocks, we need to check for 4 outlets across 6 locations. The locations are staterooms near the SOG, upper grand at the top, 1st class near the perk, dining hall behind a wall near the perk, aft decks inside a zombie window, and 3rd class at the first stairs. When you find a location, you will see an effect and hear a noise being emitted. Write down the location and which element is at that location, this one being dining water. Sometimes you'll arrive at an outlet with a noise but no visual, like this. In this case, the fire texture is failing to render. After a moment of breaking line of sight, it spawned back in for me, confirming 1st class fire. Hunt across the boat for your remaining outlets, in my case, upper grand poison and 3rd class electric. Elemental zombies won't be spawning until round 9, however, so flip the round to 7 and choose a nice place to farm. Across rounds 7 and 8, we want to pack-a-punch the Spitfire and start claiming perks. Due to where I was, I only grabbed time slip here before round 9. Once on round 9, make sure you have Winter's Wail. As the horde arrives, start looking for elemental zombies. When you spot one, try to keep it alive and drag it to its corresponding outlet. In my case, I saw a lot of fire zombies spawning, so I went up to the 1st class outlet and brought a fire zombie over. Slay the fire zombie in the vicinity of the outlet to sacrifice it, spawning a portal. The portals must be taken in a particular order, and since fire isn't first, we'll ignore it for now. No other outlet can be fulfilled on this round, so we'll have to move along, just not quite yet. Save the last zombie here on round 9. We're going to perform the dumbest, weirdest, definitely a dev tool that was left over, impossible Easter egg for a free Kraken and Homunculus. I'm going to show you the right way to do it first, but I'll let you know this took me 9 times to get right on this run attempt alone. This Easter egg begins at the stairs from the aft deck to the 3rd class berths. Freeze your last zombie using Winter's Wail, then get into this corner and crouch. Hold interact while still for a second, then walk along the railing to the shoe at the end. Turn to face this black bollard and walk towards it, slowly drifting left to get to this rag. Turn to face the stairs and walk all the way over, just to the right of the center line. Stop at this corner and turn right to face the blood smear on the wall. Walk forward until you hit the wall. Then release interact, knife the wall twice, stand up, and switch weapon. If done correctly, the Kraken will replace your now active weapon, and the Homunculus will replace the Wraithfire as your equipment. This Easter egg can only be done on round 9, so if you end up on round 10, you'll have to either roll for the Kraken in the mystery box or complete the Stoker box side Easter egg for a guaranteed Kraken. Back to the outlets. On each round, look to fill an outlet. On round 10, I complete water at Dining Hall, and on round 11, I completed poison at Upper Grand. The poison challenge is actually the first to complete in the list, so I elected to get it done now instead of waiting to set my final outlet. For the poison challenge, you'll be teleported to the upper poop deck. Simply survive waves of poison zombies and Blightfathers to complete the challenge. While here, make sure to kill a poison zombie with the Kraken specifically. Doing so will drop a concentrated decay, an upgrade component for the Kraken. A max ammo will be available during the challenge. You can take it on your way out. After completion, remember to grab the Sentinel Artifact before leaving. The Pack-a-Punch machine happened to be here, so I used my points to pack the Kraken, which is basically a requirement for this run. Additionally, whenever you have 3,000 points available, you'll want to go to where we built the distillation kit in the engine room, adding the concentrated decay to the Kraken as an Easter egg requirement. The elemental challenge order goes poison, water, electric, fire. If you like, you can continue to work on spawning portals, or if available, you can continue with challenges. I elected to finish my last outlet here at the aft decks for the electric zombie. With the poison challenge done, next is the water challenge, with my outlet being at dining hall. For this one, you'll be teleported to the cargo hold. The place will flood again, and you'll have to survive against water zombies and Blightfathers. Feel free to use whatever means necessary to survive, just try to keep your Scepter of Ra from going all the way up to level 3. On completion with a screen flash, the water will drain back down. Claim the Sentinel Artifact and head to the next challenge. Elemental Challenge 3 is the Electric Challenge, with my outlet being at aft decks. For this one, you'll be teleported to the boat deck. Electric zombies and some Blightfathers, along with a max ammo in the middle to keep you company. On completion, claim what you need, then prep for the 4th Elemental Challenge. Make sure your shield is in good shape before going into these fights. I had the points, so I also grabbed Death Perception from Odin and PhD Slider from Zeus. Elemental Challenge 4 is the Fire Challenge, with my outlet being at First Class Lounge. If for some reason you can't teleport, it's because you forgot the Sentinel Artifact. That's okay, it happens to the worst of us. For this challenge, you'll be teleported to the boiler room. Fire zombies and stokers will slowly trundle towards you. The Homunculus is really good here if you simply can't be bothered fighting such a slow horde. On completion, your screen will flash white, and you can claim the now flaming Sentinel Artifact. Run across to the turbine room. Inside the turbine room are 9 leaky blue pipes, indicated by water spewing out of them. You need to shoot them with the acid gat to break the pipes. A red hit marker indicates success. To remember the pipes, I name them above, left, left up, center up, back left, back up, back right up, and front right up. On completion, the turbine room will flood again. Wait out the process over in the engine room, then once the water settles, you will need to interact with Pack-a-Punch to place the Sentinel Artifact inside, packing it. This can only be done when the Pack-a-Punch machine is in the turbine room, so you may have to flip rounds to get it over here. In my attempts, the machine has pretty reliably been at the turbine location on or about this round number. Next is the planet step, split into 2 parts. Part 1 is collecting the symbols. Scattered around the map are 9 symbols. Based on where we need to go next, we'll collect them in the following order. Symbol 1 is Mars in the boiler room, on the catwalks up and behind the Odin perk. Symbol 2 is Jupiter in the engine room, on the floor in front of the Odin perk. Symbol 3 is Neptune at the aft decks, on the upper level inside a life preserver next to a lifeboat. Symbol 4 is Moon at Lower Grand, on the dining hall level, on a wall near the staircase. Symbol 5 is Venus at Millionaire Suites, under the bedside table. Symbol 6 is Uranus at staterooms, behind a plant in the bathroom. Symbol 7 is Saturn at Bridge, on the captain's closet. Symbol 8 is Sun at the forecastle, on the upper level in spawn. Symbol 9 is Mercury in the mailroom, next to the cargo hold door. Once all 9 symbols have been collected, drain the water out of the cargo hold, revealing a model of the solar system. When you're ready, be ready to pause your game. Winter's Whale, the last zombie, and interact with the solar system. Part 2 is destroying the planets and claiming the orbs. After interacting, planets will begin to illuminate on the solar system model. Write down the planets one by one in the order they are highlighted. Pause after each planet to make sure you get it right. They do flash pretty quick. The sun will always be last, and since there are 9 in total, that means after you know the first 7, you can determine number 8 by process of elimination. During this section, zombies will infinitely spawn on you, so coming out of the pause screen, just pop your specialist to clear out any that have caught up to you. Head up to the forecastle, and let's get reoriented. For each planet, you'll have to first locate it in the sky and shoot it. It will shrink down to an orb and fly over to its corresponding symbol. It will remain there for 30 seconds, either until you claim it or until it's destroyed by the horde. If time does expire, you will then have to flip the round and interact with the solar system again, which will thankfully reveal the exact same planet order and put them back up in the sky. Here's how the progression went in my game. My first planet was Venus. Venus is second from the sun with a slightly red color. The location in the sky may change from run to run, but the distance from the sun should be consistent. The Venus symbol is found in the Millionaire Suites, so I went first to the forecastle to get an angle, shoot your planet, then head straight to its symbol location. A blue orb will be sitting there waiting for you, and zombies will spawn out of a nearby window. Claim the orb, then be prepared to defend yourself as the zombies change aggro onto you. 1 down, 8 to go. Planet 2 was Neptune. This planet is blue, floating around in the water. The symbol is at the aft decks, so I shot the planet from the boat deck. Head over to the aft decks to claim the Neptune orb. Planet 3 was Mars. This planet is third from the sun, red and tiny. The symbol is in the boiler room, so I shot the planet from the poop deck. Head over to the boiler room catwalk to claim the Mars orb. Planet 4 was the moon. This is the giant moon in the distance. The symbol is at Lower Grand on the dining hall level, so I shot the moon from the first class lounge. Head over to Lower Grand to claim the moon orb. Planet 5 was Uranus. This planet is 7th from the sun, pink and faint. The symbol is in staterooms in the bathroom, so I shot Uranus from the forecastle. Head over to staterooms to claim the Uranus orb. Planet 6 was Jupiter. This planet is 5th from the sun, the big one that doesn't have the rings. The symbol is in the engine room in front of Odin, so I shot Jupiter from the poop deck. Head over to the engine room to claim the Jupiter orb. This one's a little bit dangerous, so I like to ABH out after claiming it. Planet 7 was Mercury. This planet is first from the sun, small and pink. The symbol is in the mail room next to the cargo hold, so I shot Mercury from the forecastle. Head over to the mail room to claim the Mercury orb. Planet 8 was Saturn. This planet is 6th from the sun, the big one with the rings. The symbol is at the bridge on the captain's closet, so I shot Saturn from the bridge. Head over to the closet and wait for the orb to drop to claim the Saturn orb. The 9th and final planet will always be the sun. Shoot it from the forecastle, and after a few moments the orb will appear up at the flag. When you interact with this orb, your screen will flash white, and new ice blocks will appear at junctions all across the boat. You've now been put on a timer to reach the back of the boat and break the final ice block. Take out the Scepter of Ra and use the melee spam trick to quickly break the ice. Perform the trick at weapon level 1 or 2 by repeatedly pressing the Use Specialist button to melee rapidly. When the Scepter of Ra runs out, swap to the Kraken or Spitfire to continue breaking your way to the back of the boat. A Homunculus can also help to keep the Horde occupied while you work on ice. A max ammo power-up will drop from this ice block near the aft decks, so hang around for a sec to replenish. Once you're at the aft decks, throw a Homunculus and swap to the Kraken. Instead of breaking the next 2 ice blocks, we can skip them and shoot the final ice block in the distance. Shoot just a bit up and to the right to account for the distance. You may need to use a second Homunculus or defend yourself for a short time to keep yourself safe. When the ice finally breaks in the distance, your screen will flash white once more, and the ice on the way will despawn. At the poop deck is now a portal taking you to the boss fight. Before starting the boss fight, however, we are going to swap out our Spitfire for the Hellion Salvo. The Hellion Salvo can only be acquired via the mystery box, so depending on your luck, this may take you a while. In my run, I needed 19 box rolls, including 2 box moves, to finally land the Hellion Salvo. We want this to be pack-a-punched at bare minimum, so flip your round and farm up to 5k plus to pack it into the Orbital Arbalist. If you have points left over, dump more into the Salvo. I repacked once to boost damage and add Brain Rot to the launcher. I also recommend using the Scepter of Ra to farm to get it to level 3 for the Bubble Revive ability. My shield was getting low here, so I farmed real quick to repair it before heading over to the portal and entering the boss fight. Your teleport will take you inside the iceberg. Swim forward to place the Sentinel Artifact in the tree inside, pushing you away and awakening the thing. You'll be teleported out back to the poop deck for phase 1 of 5 in this boss fight. Each phase will have a max ammo and carpenter power-up available in it. They do not expire until you are forced to leave. Let's get started. Phase 1 is quite straightforward. Survive a gradual horde of normal zombies, elemental zombies, stokers, and a Blightfather. It seems like the elite enemies are the completion item for this phase. Phase 1 took me just under 3 minutes. On completion, run and claim the max ammo and carpenter if you haven't already before being teleported. Phase 2 is in the engine room. Wispy cold zones will spawn on the ground and catwalks. Avoid them as they slow you down and continue to slay out. Very similar enemy construction compared to the previous phase. Remember to use your Homunculus to stay safe. They will be replenished by the max ammo you pick up anyways. This phase took me about 4 minutes. On completion, claim the max ammo and Carpenter before the teleport. Phase 3 is in the staterooms. Now the eye in the sky has come to play. The eye will fire freezing beams all the way down the 2 long stateroom hallways. You'll be playing this phase from the doorway closest to the Danu perk in the forecastle, hugging the wall. Prep a Homunculus, and as zombies start to spawn, throw it down the hall. When the eye appears, blast it with the Hellion Salvo. If your character makes a comment, that means you've completed one of the 3 rounds. They won't always comment, but it is a confirmation. Throw a second Homunculus before the first despawns. I was late to throw, meaning I missed my window to get a full round completion, forcing me to grab my max ammo early. Continue using the Homunculus or just slaying the horde, then hugging the close doorways to focus down the boss. I completed this phase in just a minute and a half. The Hellion Salvo and Homunculi really are game changers. Grab any remaining max ammo or Carpenter before the teleport. Phase 4 is at the Promenade starboard deck. The blue cold from Phase 2 along with the I-beams from Phase 3 have been combined, as well as a slowly spawning horde. The first zombie waves come pretty slowly, so you can maybe get away with no Homunculus at the start. When the cold zones form, that means the eye will start to wind up. Swap to the Hellion Salvo and pump damage as he's firing. Character comment means round done. I threw a Homunculus down to prep for round 2. More damage and another focus fire means good progress. Again, the wave in this phase spawns quite slowly, so I was able to get away with only the 1 Homunculus usage and saving my max ammo. A third round of rockets and your screen will flash white. I completed this phase in literally just over a minute. Grab the max ammo and Carpenter and get ready for the real boss fight. Phase 5 is back at the poop deck. I paused at the start here so I could check my references. The optimal strat here is to repeatedly distract the zombies with Homunculi, focusing down the boss with a specific fire pattern. As the boss winds up, have the Kraken out. As he's firing, fire 2 shots with the Kraken, swap to the Salvo, then fire 2 more shots. The reason we do this instead of just 4 salvo shots or whatever is because the Salvo has a small buffer between shots 2 and 3. Continue to do this every time he appears, dropping a new Homunculus whenever the old one times out. When you run out of Homunculi the first time, use the equipment Elixir to refresh your stock. If after shooting the eye it moves up and begins to wind up, this is a global wipe attack being prepped. Shoot it repeatedly with the Kraken to prevent the wipe. Remember, at any time, feel free to run around and shape up the horde to get them off your back, or give you some space to throw your next Homunculus. Again, when the beam comes up, 2 Kraken, 2 Salvo, and back to Kraken if the wipe attack shows itself. When your Homunculi run out again, pick up the max ammo this time to replenish. Continue the cycle, but do be careful of close spawns, as I failed to notice this guy right next to me turning into a Blightfather, knocking me. At this point, the phase was getting pretty sloppy. If you get frozen by the eye, melee to get out. I had to kite to reset things, and I also popped Aftertaste as a safety net, but don't panic, you have an ace up your sleeve, the Scepter of Ra. At level 3, it is that co-op partner who hasn't been online for the last 6 months, showing up in the clutch. After roughly 5 cycles of damage to the eye, your screen will flash white, meaning you've just completed Abandoned Ship. If you're still here watching the video, thank you for sticking around to the end. This was a long one. I'm losing my voice, so I'll make the outro short. I'm skipping the poll this time because I have a bunch of progress and notes already on Alpha Omega. If you liked the video, like the video. If you want to see more Zombies Easter eggs, subscribe down below. And as always, I've been Noodles. You've been awesome. I'll see you next time.